Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important example for Router.Navigate method, where we will learn how to move from one route to another route with some query params or query parameters. Now, if you don't know what is query params or query parameter, don't worry, I'll explain you each and everything in a very simple way. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use Angular Router.Navigate method with some query params. And for the detailed session and for the structured content, you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. And from there you can learn about any other technologies as well. Everything, there are 3000 plus content available in that book, so you can refer it. Okay, alright, so let's get started. Here we are going to talk about the query parameter with route. So firstly, I'll put the heading. You can see one heading is already there, that is Angular 19 course by Sharmit. Post that, I will put the second heading, and here I will write the today's topic name, that is navigate to route with query params using Router.Navigate method. Router.Navigate method in Angular. So this is the thing. Okay, now to separate out these generic heading with the actual content, I will put here horizontal row. That's it. Okay, now let's talk about the query params first. Like, what is query param? So sometimes you see like https://flipkart cart.com, just an example. Okay, Flipkart /mobile/page2. Okay, so this kind of link we have. So suppose we are on a URL where we are showing that okay, let me explain in a very simple way, otherwise you will get confused. So you are purchasing some mobile phone, okay, and on that Flipkart page or maybe the Amazon page, you are on page number 2, and there you have set the filter as price from low to high. You usually do this setting, right? Okay, so we have this page 2 and low to high. Now this kind of information like page 2, price, low to high, this is additional information which is just after the route. Okay, so that information we call it as a query params or query parameters. Okay, so in this session we will see like how to pass those query params or query parameters. Okay, so for this thing we have one prerequisites, like we need just one component, although like we have 3 component here, but I will use only one, that is about page. So what we will do in about, like we will go to about route with some query parameters like page number 2, and after that like we can put sorting as ascending. So suppose, just assume on about page we have multiple information, we are on page number 2, and there we have set the filter for any of the information to ascending. So these 2 information I want to pass with my URL. Okay, in case if you don't know how to create component, you just need to write one simple command, that is ng, which is for Angular, g generate c component, and the name of the component would be about, or whatever you want to keep. So once you hit enter on this query, this command, it will create this folder for you with all these 4 files. Now in this files, I just put this about page in the HTML. Rest is my default content. Okay, rest I will put later maybe if needed. Okay, now once component is ready, let's go to app.route.ts. Here we will expand this array and we will define our path. So just write here path, not like this, should be inside a curly braces, then path, then colon. In path we will put path as about, then comma, here we will write component, and in component we will write about component. Okay, so this thing is ready, and after that we should put semicolon. So this path is ready. Oh, not here. Semicolon should be in the end. That is already there. Okay, fine. So this, you can put comma over here, because if you want to set other path also, then it is needed, otherwise it is fine. So this path is ready. Now next what we will do, we will go to app.component.ts file. Here we know that we should import Router.Outlet, because that is the thing that will help you to show the output. So here I will write Router.Outlet. Post that, we will define one method here. Which method? The method that will help us to navigate to a particular route with the query params. Okay, so to configure that in app.route.ts file, what you need to do, you just need to write here in this way, like I'll show you. We will just write a simple thing here, like firstly we will put constructor. So just write here constructor, and this constructor is for route, so private, and here you will write router, then we will write here router this, which is already imported. If it is not, make sure to import it, but otherwise it won't work. Then opening closing curly braces, here we will write go to about with params. So this is my method name. Okay, then opening closing parenthesis, because this is a method, and a curly braces. Now inside this we will write this.router.navigate opening closing parenthesis. Inside this we will pass the route name, that is about in our case. Then we will put a comma, and then we will define the query params. And how you will define the query params? In this curly braces, then you will write query params, then a colon, and in a colon we will use object kind of thing, where we will define a page. Let's say page number is 2, then we will put a comma, then we will write here sort, and in sort we will write ASC, which is for ascending. Then we will put a semicolon. That's it. So this method is ready. Now to use this method, we will go to app.component.html, where we will define one button. So just write here button. In this button we will write the basic thing, like you can write go to about page with query parameters. Here I will write the full query params or query parameters. Okay, fine. Now let's attach that method with it. So I will write here click. In click we will write go to, which is already there, so it will automatically find it. That's it. Okay, so this method is ready. But what do you think? Will it be displayed? Not yet. Why? Because we are not using the Router.Outlet. Okay, perfect. So this thing is ready, but when we are on about page, at that time we want to show these parameters on a screen also. So for that we will firstly go to about.component.ts file. Here we will define few things that will help us to capture those input, that those parameters that we are passing from a app.component. Okay, so firstly I will define the page here as a string, not storage, it should be as a string. Then we will write here a pipe, then we will write here null equal null. Okay, similarly we will write here sort colon string, and then pipe null equal null. Okay, then we will write here constructor opening closing parenthesis private route colon, and here we will use ActivatedRoute. ActivatedRoute. Okay, it is imported here. If it is not, make sure to import it, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so what this ActivatedRoute will do, it will help us to run to capture those parameters. Okay, so here I will write ng on init method. If you don't know about this method, please refer previous sessions, because in this playlist you will find a separate session for this thing. Okay, now we will capture those value. So to capture the value, you need to write here this dot page equal this dot route dot snapshot dot query param map dot get. These are the method that you will learn by the time, but don't worry, this is just a line that will help us to capture this value. So you can learn the syntax and later go. Okay, likewise, to save the time, I will copy it and made the changes. Here instead of page we will write sort, and here also we will write sort. That's it. Perfect. So this thing is ready. Now it's time to use this value. Okay, so we will go to about. Here I will write a paragraph that will show page value. So double curly braces, opening closing, and here I will write page. Then we will put here br tag just to change the line, then p tag, then we will write here sort, opening closing, double curly braces, sort. Okay, and again br tag. Perfect. So code is ready. Let's run the application. So ng serve -- open, enter, wait for a few seconds, and then it will show you the output on the browser screen. Okay, so we have Angular 19 course by Sharmit. Navigate to route with query params using Router.Navigate method in Angular. Click on this button, which is for go to about page with query parameters. Once I click, you can see it is on about page with some additional information, that is page equal to 2 and sort equals to ASC, that is ascending. Okay, so we have page number on, we are on page number 2 with ascending. Okay, so this is how we can pass this is how we can navigate to a particular route with some query parameters. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Session.